Let's see how that goes. Thank you everyone for coming out tonight. It's great to see a huge turnout. So my topic is things you wouldn't know about me just by looking at me. So it was a topic that, when I was working at my university, I was one of the student leaders, and we had a community of students, and this is an ice-breaking game that we would always ask our students about something that we wouldn't know just by looking at you. And it was one of my favorite questions, so I decided to title this for my speech this evening. So to start, my favorite sport to do is mixed martial arts. I'm a big fan of MMA. I go to a gym called Whirlwind Tribal. It's located in Metrotown. So I go there for boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. For some of you who don't know it, it's like a wrestling submission thing. So it's like wrestling, but there's like arm locks, leg locks, choking. It's really fun. The reason why I like it is because boxing and Muay Thai is very good for cardio. It practices your stamina, your endurance. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is really good for your core, your lower back, your flexibility, and your strength. And aside from just practicing mixed martial arts, I'm also actually a big fan of the UFC, so the Ultimate Fighting Champion. Some people have the impression that this sport is a violent sport for violent individuals, but I highly encourage people to just look a little deeper, because what I see in this sport are athletes who train very hard and have the courage to put everything on the line, to really try to prove to everyone that they have what it takes to be a champion in their sport. And there's something special about the UFC is because it offers something that I haven't encountered in a lot of other sports, and it's these moments of vulnerability. And I say vulnerability because every time you see a UFC match, there's always going to be a winner and a loser. And after the event, they would always interview the people, like the winners and the losers. So every time you'd see the loser talk, they would always confront what they did wrong, what they feel, and like you get to see them really just take it all in, to really reflect on where they went wrong, how they could improve, and what they might do differently next time. And it's such a powerful message because I really don't encounter that in a lot of other sports where you really see this kind of adversity, and you really see these kind of people react and kind of just confront failure in such a way. The second thing they might not know about me is that I love elephants. Elephants are my favorite animal. Some people do notice about me. It's very obvious because I actually have a tattoo of an elephant behind on my leg. It was a big surprise to my parents. My earliest, I also follow the hashtag elephants on Instagram, so you can follow hashtags. So every time I'm on Instagram, I'll see at least like one picture or one video of an elephant. It just brightens up my day. It's really nice. One of my earliest memories of why I like elephants so much is I remember growing up with a plush toy, a stuffed animal. It was an elephant, and I remember one time asking my mom, it's like, Mom, why did you buy an elephant specifically? Why specifically an elephant? And my mom told me, I didn't buy an elephant for you. I brought you to the store, you chose the elephant, and you just loved it, and you kept on to it. It's like, oh, cool. That was the earliest memory of me and an animal, and it was just, I didn't know that before I knew my own liking for elephants, I already had one. So elephants are like humans. We're communal, social creatures. They develop they live in herds and communal, so they do this thing where they develop very strong familial bonds with one another. They demonstrate a strong sense of social intelligence, social awareness. That I say awareness because they have the ability to recognize themselves in reflections and mirrors, which only a few animals can do and some animals can't. And they have an ability to demonstrate empathy towards other animals. So there's this video that I like watching where there's a man who's swimming in a river, and across from that river there's elephants, and the elephant thought that this man was drowning, so the elephant was like cross the riverbank, like help the guy across the other side just so he would get to safety. And I thought that was like one of the most amazing things ever. So the third thing is that I consider myself to be a rather artistic or creative person. Growing up, I would always like drawing, dancing. I play a few musical instruments, and even in my studies abroad, I was studying something called creative media and marketing. So I would do things like graphic design, video production, web design. So you could say that I always had a close connection with the creative field. I recently attended a meetup. It was an event for Sabahan creatives. And for an icebreaker, they kind of asked all the participants, what really drew you to pursue a career or to be involved in the art scene? And I never really thought about why I liked art so much and why I was just doing it because I just enjoyed. It was just fun to do.
Yes.
But looking deeper, I realized that it was a channel to express myself in ways where words weren't enough. And you know how people say that words are only 10% of overall communication, the rest is body language, the rest is tone. And I didn't realize this at first, but it was always a way for me to produce something so that someone else might understand something I'm feeling, or something I wanted to express that I actually couldn't with words. I suppose finally, I consider myself to be somewhat of a jack of all trades sort of thing, rather than being a master of one. I think that being a jack of all trades means that I get to learn from all my past experiences and apply them in my current situations. So, for example, I grew up, like I said, playing music, and my parents always pushed me to perform on stage, which helped me develop a confidence being in front of an audience. I would like to, what's another one? I would like, so I also produced, I like video editing. And what's interesting about video editing is that you always have to get to the point. You always have to get to the point and keep things to a flow, which actually helped with my writing. So being a jack of all trades, meaning that you have all these experience and talents, you just wear all those hats at once to apply them into your current situation. And these are pretty much all the things that you wouldn't know about me just by looking at me. And I'll hand it over back to you. Thank you.